did not meet. H, the Planning Commission minutes for August are in your packet. I, the Zoning Board of Appeals did not meet. J, the Elections Commission did not meet. K, Building and Grounds Committee meeting minutes for August is in your packet. L, the Fire Department report is in your packet, and under that, Fire Chief is asking for approval for Matt Falk to attend a medical EMT class at a cost of $1,000 at Stronach Township Fire Station starting September 11th, 2019 through March of 2020. And L, the PEG Commission meeting minutes, I think you have as an addition to your packet. Under new business tonight, item A, we have consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend and renumber Chapter 54 of the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances to prohibit the ignition, discharge, and use of luminaries and consumer fireworks within the township, except on certain days and hours, to provide for amended penalties for violation hereof, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item B is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 7 of the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances to eliminate the necessity of establishing a Development Area Citizens Council, to update certain statutory references, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item C is consideration of approval for operations services to install residential smart meters at a cost of $23,270. And there is an agenda addendum item. No, I'm sorry, I missed that. That's on the consent agenda. So that's it for the meeting agenda for tonight. Unless there are other items to be added, I would entertain a motion for approval of the meeting agenda for tonight.
Harry, what was the additional consent agenda here?
The consent agenda item would be item K, approval for board members to attend the MTA on the road regional meeting October 1st. At a cost of $116 per person.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Brian Cruz, support by Koloneski to approve the meeting agenda for tonight. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under the consent agenda for tonight, we have item A, the minutes of the regular board meeting held August 6th, 2019. Item B is minutes of the public hearing held August 6th of 2019. C is the financial report. D is approval of the township general fund expenditures, including the fire department. And those checks are numbered 36904 through 36981. Accounts payable total $32,784.11. Payroll totals $13,403.90 for a grand total of $46,188.01. Item E is approval of water department expenditures, checks numbered 2632 through 2644, totaling $23,022.72. Item F is approval of sewer operating expenditure, checks 1050 and 1051, which total $939.19. G is approval of monthly ACH payments to the state of Michigan and the IRS in the amount of $4,111.06. H is approval of township officials to attend Manistee County's 16th Regional Summit on September 19th, 2019 at the Little River Casino Resort at a cost of $20 per person. Item I is approval of introduction of an ordinance to amend Chapter 31 of the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances to adopt regulations regarding fences to include large-scale solar energy systems as special uses in the forest recreational and agricultural residential districts, to establish site plan and special use standards for large-scale solar energy systems, and to allow certain marijuana facilities by special use permit in the limited industrial agricultural residential districts and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item J is approval of introduction of an ordinance to amend the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances by adding new Chapter 39 medical marijuana facilities, to establish regulations relating thereto, and to prescribe penalties for violating the ordinance, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. And then item K on the consent agenda, addendum, is approval for board members to attend the MTA on the Road Regional Meeting to be held October 1st, 2019 in Thompsonville at a cost of $116 per person.
So let's change that consent agenda item to just end it after the word October.
Okay.
Because already I'm hearing a couple people that have to go other than the one day that you mentioned,
Okay, and there are other
nearby ones.
dates nearby, so, yeah, so, are you making a motion to
I
amend
will,
that?
yes.
Okay. Is there a second to Shirley's motion? Okay, so we have a motion by Ball, support by Cruz, to amend the consent agenda item K, just leaving off the day of the attendance at the MTA on the road, so it will be, those meetings are all held in October. It will be one of those meetings at nearby locations. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And now with the consent agenda, if there are no other changes to the consent agenda, I will entertain a motion for approval.
I will. Support.
Motion by Steggy, support by Yachinsky to approve the consent agenda for tonight. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, public comment. Public comment. Okay. Moving into department and committee reports then, your monthly report from Operations Services is in your packet. As is the zoning administrator's report. MC. And the DDA minutes and director's report are in your packet. Item H, Planning Commission minutes for their regular meeting as well as the special meetings are in your packet. Building and Grounds August meeting minutes is in your packet. Under item L, Fire Department, Jim, do you want to add anything to your report?
Just a couple things. In the report, I mentioned the fact that we had an issue with the drains in the truck bay. They were overflowing and backing up, and so we had to go and we dug up the blueprints and found out that the tank is not as it is on the blueprint. And so we had to locate it, and then when we went to dig it up, it's not a dry well, it's a septic tank. And it had two compartments in it, so it had two covers. And we had to find the covers, and we found the covers, they were about 4 foot down. A little bit too much to dig by hand. So we had Carl's excavator come in, and they dug the entire tank. They cleared the whole top of the tank. We put risers on it and put metal lids on the top so it looks like a manhole on the top. So that's right alongside, you can see where the dirt was dug up behind the fire station, right alongside the propane tank. And so then we had to have a company come and dig it out, to pump it out. Ace one from Scottville, because it had to be a hazardous material hauler, pump it because it is a holding tank coming from the floor drains in the fire station, so it couldn't be pumped by a regular septic tank hauler. It had to be had a special license to haul that type of material. So I don't have the bills for those yet. And, but it's gonna be, Scott McLeod dug up the tank and there was so much pressure in the tank, it blew the lids off when he took enough sand off the top, it blew the two cement lids right off the tank. But I don't anticipate having any more issues with that. It was put in back in 2003 when the building was built, and we have never had to pump it or dig it before, so this is the first time. So it's 16 years old, so.
Did those lids blow off because of chemicals in the tank?
No, just because it was so full, because the tanks are 4 foot down, it was backed up to the pipe, it was backed up to the vent, and it was backed up into the drains into the station. And so we were trying to clean the drains out, it wasn't draining, and we cleaned the drains outside, and they were plugged, they wouldn't come, and so we were digging, and we put a fire hose down there, and we blew a skunk out of the, a live skunk got blown out of one of the drains from the outside, so. But we shouldn't have any more issues with that particular tank, because like I said, it's 16 years old, and this is the first time that we've had to have it pumped, so.
And it'll be easier access than in the
It'd be
future.
a lot easier access, yep. There's basically 2 manhole covers up there now, so, and it's ground level, so you can still mow over the top of them and everything, so there shouldn't be any issues with that anymore, so. And then with that, and as you know, we've been short-handed on medical people, and Matt Falk recently just got a new job, so he's available now during the evening hours, so he can take the class that's being put on by Township Fire Department. They're putting on an EMT class, so I was requesting approval to send Matt to that class at a cost of $1,000. The advantage that we have to that is that the last person we sent to a class, they had to go to Ludington. Person before that had to go to Benzie County. This one is local, so it's right in Stronic. It's being held at the station there. So there won't be any travel costs involved, just the cost of the class itself.
Jim, do you get a commitment from, I mean, that's $1,000 is a lot of money. Do we get some sort of a commitment that he's going to stay with fire
We
for
have
a year?
We have not done that in the past. We've talked about that, but being a volunteer, I know there's a couple of departments that have that, where they have to sign a paper saying that they'll be there for 2 years, and otherwise they pay a portion of it back or whatever. We have not done that.
I thought we had adopted something to that effect, Jim, a payback, if they weren't there 2 years.
I don't never remember it.
I thought we
I
had
don't,
adopted
I don't
that.
recall, I don't recall ever seeing anything like that. I can look again, but I don't recall ever seeing.
Maybe it was just recalling exploring.
Probably,
that.
we talked about it in the past, to do that, to have them commit to 2 years of service with us.
It's just a thought, I mean, it's nothing required, but,
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, because there are places, you go pay $1,000.
And we've had that happen where we've trained firefighters and then they moved on and we've had the expenses of training them. And
Somebody else gets the benefit of the training.
I can look into that again. I'll find out which departments have that and I'll get a copy of theirs. And no sense.
We have one, I have one, you need one.
Yeah, no sense of reinventing the wheel if they already out there, so. I think that's it, unless somebody has some questions for me.
So we
Okay,
need to
then you're looking
consider that
for
fault.
approval for Matt Falk to attend those classes. And that's, I remember reading it, but I don't recall, I think it was a weekly meeting?
It's on Mondays.
Wednesday night, 6 to 10. Every other Monday, 7 to 11 p.m. Every other Sunday to be announced.
I'll make a motion to have Matt take that course, $1,000.
I'll support that motion. So we have a motion by Brian Cruz, support by Walker, to approve classes at a cost of $1,000 at Strong Township Fire Station beginning September 11th, 2019 through March 20th, 2020. So it sounds like it'd be fairly extensive.
It's very expensive. When I took this EMT class back in 1992, when I got my license, I paid $600 for that class. That was way back 25 years ago. So $1,000 for this class is not out of line. Actually, it's a pretty good deal because you're going to pay $1,500, $2,500 for this class, like at West Shore Community College, or if you go to like a fire academy and have it done, it's going to cost a lot more than that.
Plus travel and lodging expenses.
Yes.
Okay, motion's on the floor. Any discussion on that? Okay, all those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right, thanks, Jim.
The only other thing that we are planning our annual Halloween parade gathering again this year. We're contemplating possibly having a trunk or treat rather than something a little bit different this year than what we've done in the past. We're just trying to make some arrangements there to see where we can park these cars to have the trunk or treat right near the fire station there. So, but there'll be more of that coming, and we'll be probably trying to advertise some of that so that we get some participation from some of the people in the township. So, we're considering that because of the fact is that there's a lot of people, and I guess I call them out township people, that Rapple Road, where they don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters on Halloween because they're so far apart, and
We don't get
driveways are so long, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of older folks that live in Oak Hill and Tyler City, so they can't get up and down and go to the door all the time. So we figured if we could do some trunk or treating, that we can get the participation of all the residents, young and old alike. It doesn't matter where you live in the township. So we're hoping that that's going to turn out pretty good. So okay, thank you.
Okay, you do have attached with the agenda addendum item, you have the PEG Commission's meeting minutes in front of you, and I see Tom was sworn in at the June 3rd
Sworn in.
meeting. Okay.
Tour of all the facilities.
Okay, moving to new business, we have item A, consideration of an ordinance to amend and renumber Chapter 54 of the Charter Township Fire Code ordinances to prohibit the ignition, discharge, and use of luminaries and consumer fireworks within the township, except on certain days and hours, to provide for amended penalties for violation hereof, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. And Richard, in working on the language on that, pretty much we're in line with everything that's required by the state.
Yeah, it brings us into line with the state law.
Okay.
The current ordinance allows for the discharge of consumer fireworks, as you know, on 4 occasions.
Right.
Now, or that will be allowed once this is passed. So right
accept that ordinance as printed out here. Pages.
Second.
Okay, motion by Brian Cruz, support by Steggy to approve the amendment to our ordinances in the renumbering of chapter 54. Code of ordinances prohibiting ignition, discharge, and use of luminaries and consumer fireworks within the township except on the certain days and hours that are allowed, and to provide for amended penalties for violation hereof, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Any discussion? Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Pachinsky,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Ball, yes, Stady,
Yes.
Item B is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 7 of the Charter Township of Flat Code of Ordinances to eliminate the necessity of establishing a Development Area Citizens Council, to update certain statutory references, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. And I will make a motion to approve that ordinance amendment.
I'll support.
Motion by Walker, support by Hachinsky to approve the ordinance amendment to Chapter 7, eliminating the necessity of establishing a Development Area Citizens Council. Any discussion?
So that will be forever then? You won't ever have to establish that council?
That's
think
my,
the
that's
door-
my reading of the statute, Jim, yeah, once we eliminate this, it's eliminated for good.
But the door isn't closed to reestablish.
No,
one,
if
so
we get,
shows.
yeah, if we get the number of people sufficient to populate one, because it takes a minimum of 9 people, which is virtually 10% of the 100 people that live in the DEA district. If we ever get that many, yes, we can go ahead and reestablish it, but,
And after sending flyers and beating on doors, I think we had 2
Yeah.
volunteers for the committee of 9, so here we are. Shirley, you want to call the roll?
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Pachinsky,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Ball, yes, Stady,
Yes.
Item C is consideration of approval for operation services to install residential smart water meters at a cost of $23,270. And that, just a reminder, that's just for the installation. You've already approved the purchase of those smart meters at last month's board meeting. So this is for the installation. It's part of the package from Operation Services, but it just got overlooked. So before they start installing those residential water meters, we want to get approval.
Are they working there with Mike? Because Mike said he was installing.
He's been installing, yeah, and Pat Gallagher's helped on some, and Ryan, I can't remember his last name.
Ryan, the meter fellow.
Yeah, he's helping him out here and there as well, but Mike's doing a bulk of it.
Oh, is Mike working?
Yeah, he's employed by Operation Services.
discussion, oh, okay. We didn't get it about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Assuming the $23,270 is based on these rates times however many meters there are, is that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's how that was established.
Yeah, the letter of January 30th is incorporated into this contract.
Yeah, and over here it calls out
So it's,
size of the
yeah,
meter and the price of
Just
install.
$1 per meter for
Right.
water.
Right.
But it doesn't give you how many of each one per hour field calculation is.
Where did-
Yeah, I think that
Well,
was on the
did the-
purchase
did it on the back?
agreement that was
but it doesn't
Yeah, but it
say
doesn't have. the
35,
number.
3/4 inch,
Each
75, 1 inch. That's, if you total them all up, that's how you get the total.
We had that a while back.
Yeah, you had that when you approved the actual cost of purchase.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kolonowski, support by Brian Cruz to approve the meter installation cost of $23,270 for the smart meters with operation services doing the installation. Any other discussion?
I like the discount we got on them too by holding off.
Yeah.
And we got free shipping.
Yeah, so that was a big, what was
It
it?
was
6 grand
over
maybe, or-
$6,000
That's a
savings.
big chunk of change.
Yeah.
But I thought Mike told me what the shipping came up to around $9,000.
Free
Well, see, there
shipping.
would have been 2 shipping charges.
Yeah, okay.
Um, yeah.
So we got all that way plus the $20 a meter off or whatever and,
Yeah, $20 per meter was the discount.
It was astounding that they had that kind of money to give back.
exactly, that's a great savings. I was happy
Are these internal meters or external?
with that. Internal.
Internal.
Okay, so they have to come inside the
Yes.
meter's house?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we adopted a resolution a couple of months ago that said you have a certain period of time after you're notified that we want to replace the meter in your house to make an appointment to schedule that. And if they don't or refuse to, then we can turn the water off until they, agree to let us replace the meter.
On the letter I received, it had, it said something about, if they break the valve when they shut it off and replace the meter, that I'm responsible for it?
I don't think
Because it
so.
says that the homeowner is responsible for broken pipes or what, it has something to do with, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, they come in and they turn my valve off and my valve starts leaking because it's 90 years old, because we're putting a new meter on, then they need to probably put a new valve in too.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I would have to be responsible for that leaking valve at that point.
Yeah, I don't recall, Jim, I know I read the letter, but I don't recall, I'd have to go back and read it.
And see what happened.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Because those valves, I know those valves aren't exercised very often, at least in my house.
I don't
turn
imagine
it
they
off
are.
unless I absolutely have to.
I don't imagine they are. Mine was leaking until I had my meter replaced. Yeah.
Well, is this one of these, if we break it, we fix it kind of things? I mean,
I would also, that's
Jim
not
was
what the
thinking the
letter
letter
indicated.
said.
it said just the opposite of
Just the
that, right?
opposite, yeah.
That's why I interpreted the letter, anyway, so.
Yeah. I'll look into that. Okay, any other discussion on the motion that's on the floor?
Did they give a time, any updated time period when they think these all will be put in?
They want it done by before winter.
Yeah.
I know, but I,
Yep, they want to get it done before winter, and I forget the letter speaks to the date that they have to reply by, and then I believe it also, either in the letter or in our original proposal, date that they would like to have this completed by.
So there's an original issue about getting all the meters there. There's no problem getting the meters, because we're still waiting for meters for the commercial district, which has been over 4 months. Aren't we short a couple yet?
I'm not sure if those came in or not, Brian.
Well, the last meeting, we were short a couple,
Okay.
which is 4 months. So
Yeah.
did we get an assurance that these meters are shelf item that work?
I think, I don't think that's going to be an issue with what happened the last order. I don't know if you heard that story, but
Yeah.
the guy ended up losing his job. And,
Okay,
yeah. And the
sounds good.
vice president of operations services was offered a position as a sales rep or whatever for the company. So yeah, there was some repercussions there for them not getting those meters to us. So. Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Kolonowski,
Yes.
Wall, yes, Baby,
Yes.
Kaczynski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Cruz, Brian.
Okay, public comment.
Terry, I heard you say that, that you're gonna be looking for some support from the sheriff's department to enforce these ordinances.
Particularly the fireworks one, we've had lots of.
I mean.
It's hard, I
I'm
understand.
gonna put my other hat on now. I know for a fact that a lot of the ordinances that 911 has and the sheriff's department have are outdated. So it behooves us to get a new copy of the ordinances that you want the sheriff's department to help out with, to get them a fresh, new copy of the ordinances that you want them to help you with.
Makes sense.
Because they are, I know for a fact that there's some in there that are outdated. Because we have a 3-ring binder in 911 that it's got all, every ordinance that the townships want the sheriff's department to enforce for them. We have a 3-ring binder full of those, so.
Do you
Most
have
of
that
them
all?
Most of them are noise ordinances and stuff like that,
Right.
but it's, it just behooves us to give them a copy of, fresh
Sure.
copy of.
Yep.
Why don't I can send them a complete set.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask. You have it all electronic.
Should I send those to you, Jim?
You can, and I will forward them to the sheriff's department, but I will steal a copy for 911 also, yes.
Good, thank you. Any other public comment?
Where'd summer go?
It was last Wednesday.
Did we-
Did you miss it?
Did we have it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, anything else to come before the board tonight? Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah. That's the company that I talked about, if we're gonna do a picture of our water trophy and put it by our township. This is like burned into a piece of wood and becomes a sign. And this is Ben Spratter out of Omakama that does this. And, when, in Omakama days, he had, I talked to him, he said about $200 to $300 for a 3x4 sign burned into the wood and covered with shellac or some kind of sealant. It's something to think about if we want to do that with our water department for our trophy that we got. You can keep that.
And I might mention too, the discussion at the DDA meeting today.
Right. Also for our walk path, the same sort of sign, and the DDA will go halves with us on that. And we want to put a sign on one end of our walkway and a sign on the other end of our walkway. If anybody wants to ride down there tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'm taking my golf cart there, and I'll give you a ride down there and show you what's down there if you don't want to walk it. If you feel like you want to take it out right, so.
Do we have permits for riding golf carts in the?
We gotta work on that.
You're not supposed to, but
We're gonna work on that.
I got a handicap sticker
It's
laying
it's
out.
on our property. He's gonna drive it on our
He's
property.
gotta get there.
He'll trailer it there.
I trailer there.
I don't know if does everybody understand where Tom's talking about, this chip path that the guys have been working on? It's.
This is on the old Geenan property?
On our property.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
yeah, around the wetlands, and I was down there today in the rain. Didn't get out of the truck, but it's almost complete, and it really looks nice, and there's 2 benches down there. And not only a nice walk along that wetland area, but then there's other trails that we've cut. We don't have the chips down, but have been cut to really add some fairly lengthy trails that people can hike down there, or cross-country ski, snowshoe in the winter, so. We just want to advertise now that those are available for the public and indicate, starting points.
We no doubt are gonna have to send some rules and regulations that's a walking trail and not a power vehicle trail, once we open it up.
No golf carts in.
No golf carts.
Motorcycles, snowmobiles.
No motorcycles, no snowmobiles.
Non-motorized
Right.
trail. Okay, is that it, Tom?
Well, that's it, yeah, I don't know if we just want to discuss it now or at the next meeting.
Well, why don't you get some samples or some kind of a quote or something from the size you want and everything, and bring it back to the meeting next month?
Maybe a rendering of what it might look like, in
Yeah.
terms of.
If you go on that card, if you give that, let her copy that card, I'm sure if you go on their site, on Facebook, you can see all that. That's where I got that from, and of course I know Dennis, but, they do welcome signs, they do a lot of Onekama signs, they do, crepes, they'll put anything on it you want. It's lasered into a piece of wood.
Can't see his, can't read his
Well,
website on there in the bottom, pretty small print, but,
Sidehillcustoms@outlook.com.
okay, there you go.
So you want me to do it, right? Because I can read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I really can't see it really good. Yeah, we'll find it.
Okay, Brian, do you have anything? Tom?
No.
Shirley? Dale?
I just wanted to comment that Fox Farm west of Red Apple has been completed, you probably know that.
Uh,
I believe it's completed.
unless they've got the last phase done, which they didn't have.
I didn't go down there today, but I didn't see nothing going on down there, but they also did the intersection,
There, some of that.
which looks really good, which is quite an improvement.
Fox Farm and Red Apple?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know they were doing that, but they did.
They weren't good, but they tore it up so bad.
Yeah.
They had trucks.
And
people are put-
I did
put
hear
that
from
up.
3 or 4 people, taxpayers, say, oh, thanks, trucks in there.
Yeah, that really is quite an improvement.
Yeah, that's, the last I checked on it, was a week ago Sunday. I rode out there because there was one concern with it. And the chip seal on the west end of it, hadn't been coated over yet, hadn't been fog sealed. And I talked with Mark Solden then on Monday of last week. He anticipated that they wouldn't be doing that until this week, but maybe they got to it, got it done, should be great. Yeah, it was really nice, nice improvement. And that was one of the things I was gonna mention, just to give you an update on that, so that's taken care of. And if you didn't know, the generator at the Red Apple water tower went out. I don't remember which storm it was we got, but I got a text message from Mike Hiller on that, and, but everything's been taken care of there. Fox Farm. And I guess the only other thing I wanted to just mention was to thank all of your board members for your concern and wishes and everything while I was a little bit under the weather, and especially thank our 2 Toms for carrying the load for me for the last couple of months. Running meetings, and Tom just doing a lot with our part-time employees, keeping track of them. And so I appreciate it a lot. And it's good to be back. You're glad to get in the saddle again. And with that, I have nothing else. I didn't take a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Motion by Brian Cruz, support by Chinsky to adjourn.